All right, here we go. Cool. All right, and like I said, continuing my enjoyment of Zoom, Jim Jensen,
Hey
and
guys.
and then also Robert.
What's up?
Robert, we're here. Sorry, I'm really bad when it comes to introducing people with their last name.
No,
So,
it's fine. No one can pronounce my last name anyway, so I'm quite
Is it
used to
Ro
it.
here?
Huh?
Is
Very
it Ro here?
close. No, it's Rouye. Rouye.
Rouye.
Yep.
Well, that
French
figured.
or
Yeah,
Huh?
I was just gonna say, yeah,
French. Yeah.
okay.
that's about as Cajun as you can get on that name.
So
First thing we mentioned was the Netflix show.
Yeah.
Everybody loves or hates it. Jim, what's give me a criticism and a favorite for that thing.
You know what? I didn't have much for criticism. I always go into something like that with an open mind. And I watched it when it came out that Friday at work, because I work at home. And after that, I ended up watching it another 5 times. I thought it was that good. I really did. I don't really have a criticism. The biggest thing I see everybody getting hung up on was Megatron's lips. That is so 2007 with Optimus Prime. Come on now, people.
Though his lips on the and everybody compared it to the toy, but the fact is the toy really wasn't that bad in comparison to the actual character on the show. I wonder if it's a case of you know how when they take a small toy and they blow it up to a bigger size and the proportion and the face just gets mushy looking. I wonder if they struggled with Megatron's lips, but you know, it annoyed me when I saw it, but again, it's a detail I can get over. It's not something I focused on. I'm not a freak like that to stare at a robot's lips. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can understand where they're coming from with the lips, but what was something that you really liked about it? Was it story? Was it character development? Was there something specific?
All of it. I mean, I really didn't have a straight favorite. The criticism, Ultra Magnus getting killed.
Yeah.
You can see that coming from a mile away, unfortunately. Other than that, Omega Supreme, and I'm guessing we're going to get Omega Sentinel because there was two of them standing there. So with that, that was phenomenal. I fully expected Omega Supreme to tell Optimus to go get bent, which he did. And I really like the fact that Optimus started screaming at him. You know, it wasn't like the original cartoon. It was like, hey, buddy, it's okay. We all have down days. No, Optimus was PO'd, and I loved it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've seen. People really like that Optimus because he was fallible. You know, obviously G1 cartoon, he was infallible. And I guess as media has continued, except for the comics, he's kind of been infallible. But
Yeah.
is that one of those things where, hey, we're going to make an adult show for you, and that adult show includes a fallible leader and a fallible protagonist? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was more adult. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were looking for was humility. I mean, at least it wasn't to Rodimus Prime and G1. That one will always stick in my craw, but that's for another day. But
I agree
yeah,
with you, but I'm not going to say anything because this is your segment to talk about.
right? No, no, we could totally go off for an hour on Rodimus Prime if we really wanted to. Uh, I didn't have a problem with the movie itself back then. Now, I love the original Power of the Primes trilogy. That was, to me, absolutely amazing, especially seeing Overlord in there. But now I can see where it's going, and I can't wait to see the new Earthrise characters in there as well.
You mentioned the Power of the Primes. I told Eddie last night, because we had this conversation, that I didn't really mind the Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes, and Titan's Return. I mean, they weren't great, but I didn't mind them because they were free. This one I did have to pay for, and so because of that, I mean, I had to pay for, you know, Netflix subscription. And because of that, I would have liked to see a little bit different with it, like maybe just the quality. The voice acting was, to me, was subpar. It was doable. I was okay with it, but yeah, I just mentioned that because you mentioned the Power of the Primes.
See, my biggest criticism is not of the series itself. It's the actual fans, the fans that can't enjoy it for what it is.
Mhm.
Like you brought up voice criticism. I didn't have a problem with any of the voices. I mean, Starscream, at least to me, sounded like Starscream, but I'm not hooked on it sounding like G1 or whatever series you want to make it. It's called freedom of, creativity. And that's one of the things, that's another topic, the Bay movies. I can't get off topic here, but I will just say I like the fact that they had the sound inflection in Soundwave. I like the fact that Sound Blaster was his own character. Shockwave was about as dirty as it could get. That's exactly what I expected Shockwave to be. We've all seen the iconic picture in the comic where all are dead and he's killed everybody. That's the Shockwave I'm expecting. The guy that would just off Megatron just because it peed him off one day and that was it. And then experimented on him for like 50 years.
Okay, one last question for you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? Because I have mine. I'm just curious what from you. What is your favorite depiction of a Starscream voice?
Oh, definitely G1.
Okay.
G1 and Frank Welker.
All right.
Although I was kind of partial to the Bay movies as well, oddly enough.
Yeah. For me, it was I can't think of the guy's name. Everybody.
Chris Latta.
No, not G1. I'm sorry. Transformers Prime.
Oh.
I love that guy.
I can't think of his name either. I know who you're talking about, though.
Bloom, Steve Bloom.
There you go.
Yeah, I really loved his depiction. Robert, I'm going to throw that same question at you, and then tell me your crits and favorites. What was your favorite Starscream voice?
Dude, I got to go with Chris Latta.
Okay.
Yeah. G1 all the way on that one. It's being the fact that he was also Cobra Commander, so it kind of goes hand in hand. So without a doubt.
So what did you think of the show?
Honestly, man, I was just happy we had something on TV. Honestly, I mean, it's been a little while since we've had anything, and I did like the little shorts that we had, the Combiner Wars and stuff like that, but they were too short. We had to literally wait week after week for them to show up. So, and what were they, 7-minute segments, if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
So it was kind of annoying. And on top of that, Machinima disappeared off the face of the planet. So
Right
now
after that, yeah.
yeah, so trying to find them on YouTube, there were some fans that, thank God, they collected them and put them all together. Thank God, but it was good. I really don't have much complaints. I've got one. I do see it after rewatching it again. I did see it, which was the whole Star Trek type kind of talking. There were some moments that I caught that I'm like, okay, it does feel a little bit, the lines feel a little bit dragged out. But other than that, I really didn't have a problem with them retelling the story of what happened on Cybertron. I mean, I honestly think they did a damn good job on this. I really don't have complaints. I really don't.
You mentioned the story. I feel like the whole story is meant for this whole show is meant for the older generation fans and even younger generation. It's the retelling of the original story, basically.
Correct.
In my opinion. And it's been a while since we've had that, because everything has always been either a new one for kids, Transformers Prime. I'm still going back to that one, and everything. But I think it was kind of fan service, in my opinion.
Oh, very much, very
people,
much.
Yeah, people can bitch and complain about it, but it really was meant for those people who are buying the toys right now as G1 toys, not as Siege, not as Earthrise. They're G1 toys. And everything y'all mentioned, I agree with. My problem is I just agree with everybody. It's, I like the show for what it is. I would love to see some things different, but
Of course.
I'm not going to sit here and bitch and complain about it, because it is what it is. Megatron's lips are Megatron's lips. If he wants to go that way, he's more than welcome to.
I really didn't see it. I'm like, I mean, I guess after watching it a second time, maybe I caught it for a moment, but I'm like, it's not that bad,
Yeah.
But hands down. hands down the best character in the entire all the episodes is Jetfire. I
Yep.
Jetfire blew it out of the water. I'm like, we have a background story on him. Yes.
You know why he had a story arc? Nobody else had an arc, did they?
Not really, no.
No, not really. No.
So he's the only one that people could glom onto and say, "Wow, that was a really good story for him," because he was the only story as far as that individual story, not just the whole story as
Well, I guess Ultra Magnus had a little bit of a story, but not that much. Yeah, it's over. But yeah, I guess you're right on that. Actually, I guess you are.
What is everybody's obsession with Impactor?
Great question.
I don't read the IDW comics. I try to read them a couple years back.
Yeah, but no, it's not even that. It's from the show. Once the show came out, everybody was saying, "Oh wow, I got to go out and buy that Impactor now. I just saw the show. I really like Impactor." And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. What was so special about Impactor in the show? I mean, he wasn't a bad character. It was fun to watch him. I think he and Mirage had great back and forth, but in the end, I don't think it's enough for me to want to go out and buy his toy. That said, I already have 2 versions.
I assume you have the regular and the 3-pack version. That's from what it sounds like. Oh wait, no, you have a Masterminds Creations one.
No, I had it. I sold it off because after getting the 2-pack, 3-pack actually, with the Spartan helmet, to me, I look at that and I'm thinking, okay, if I have an official with a Spartan helmet, then that does it for me. I don't need the MMC, but that MMC toy is great. I love it, especially since it's a metal slug tank.
Yeah.
The toy itself is great. I forget exactly who I sold it to, but I told him, listen, I'm only selling this because I don't really need it anymore, but I love it. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. So
nice.
I went through my collection to see if I had Impactor. I forgot I had bought him because I think it was actually Robert that sent me the link for him on Amazon that he was up there and cheap. And I completely forgot I bought him. So I went through my collection after I watched the series, and I'm like, oh my God, do I even have Impactor? Am I going to pay him like $50 for this guy? And there he was, the glorious Impactor at the back of my collection. I'm like, oh, hello there, buddy. How are you?
He wasn't really in the show that much, but I would love to be able to get a Netflix version of Sideswipe. I don't know. I didn't buy a Sideswipe originally, and I don't think he's going to come out in Earthrise.
I'm trying to think if I've seen him recently at my Walmarts.
Yeah, I'm sure he's out there. I'm sure I can go get him.
We have plenty of the Netflix series Sideswipe at our Walmarts.
Yeah. And I really want to check him out because apparently he's gray with red paint.
Yes, he's actually better than the original Seat toy. I think he is, at least.
Most of those are, except for Chromia. I think the Chromia Deco looks horrible versus...
Chromia has been the same toy since the Thrilling 30 series.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, it's literally the same toy. It's got to be.
Yeah.
No.
Thrilling 30 is a little smaller.
Yeah, one of them, if it has the combiner port in the chest, it's bigger.
Yep.
The one that came out after combiners, that model, the mold, whenever they changed it up, changed the chest up, that's slightly smaller.
I think that for the Thrilling 30, she turned into a motorcycle.
You're right. Thrilling 30's motorcycle. Yeah, it was Combiner Wars that they came out. Yeah. Sorry. I do have that one too. That's a good one.
I'm getting up for a second because I can just walk over to my encyclopedia on my wall over here. Be like, oh yeah, there's Chromia. Now there's RC.
Do you have a basement?
Yeah.
Looks like
Nice. My collection's in my basement. It literally takes up a quarter of the basement on the walls.
Jesus.
We need pictures one day, man.
Oh, I've got pictures. That's no problem.
All right.
I just got to figure out where she is because I know she's up here too.
Yeah. I got mine spread out all over in boxes. I got a cabinet there with figures. I actually have the okay. My
Yeah, here
favorite
we go.
my favorite
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Netflix purchase is this one. I love the paint. Love the
Yeah.
paint on this guy.
Yeah, the paint was strong on that one.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite one. I gave my 2-year-old the regular release and said, "Here, man, knock that out."
Here,
Please don't break mine.
Well, I'm not going to give him this one. I gave him.
I could have sworn Chromia came out with a Thrilling 30.
Well, yeah, she did as the motorcycle, right?
The motorcycle, yeah.
I want to say, yeah. My God, is that the one I don't have?
Oh no.
That was the one too that everyone wanted, and then she came out and they started overpacking her in the boxes, and she sat around forever.
That's the one that people figured out how to take off the windscreen and use that as a shield, right?
Correct. Yeah.
'Cause that's what it did in the comics.
Yep.
Same with, God, what was it?
Was it a motorcycle?
No, crap, it was, there was a car, Cybertron. Which one was it? Here, I got it, right here. That guy. Okay, see him?
Oh, is that Prime? That's the smokescreen from TF
Yeah,
Prime.
smoke screen. Yeah, you could actually fashion his windshield into an actual shield that you could put on his arm.
Oh, I had
There's
two
a
of
mod
them. I had the Prowl and the smokescreen.
I didn't do any of the primes.
Goodness, I don't have a Chromia.
Those were good.
I'll be darned.
I'm really excited about the Transformers Red if they are putting out some of the TF Prime figures.
Oh, there she is.
You
There
found
she
it?
is.
Yep.
Thank God.
Did you?
You know what I'm like when I find out I don't have something? I'm like, then I post 27 pictures in the group like, haha, I got it.
Nice.
There
Did
it is.
you pre-order any of the Reds, James?
I did not know. I'm gonna wait till I see them in the store.
Okay.
at
Yeah,
some point.
I only ordered Soundwave, of course. I'm gonna go in this one very lightly. Yeah.
I can't do
I'm
standing
thinking,
statues.
well, they're apparently like little posable figures like G.I. Joe or the Star Wars Black Series, but I only bought one. I'm gonna wait till it comes in the mail. If I can't find Optimus and Megatron anywhere, so be it. But yeah, I can't do another line. I cannot do another line.
Yeah, for the Red, if I buy them, I'm gonna be picking and choosing. That's really cool, man. I love.
Wow,
it.
nice. Very nice.
That's my display wall there. That's my men on card display.
Very nice.
I started that out at my old apartment, and then I just got these huge pegboards. I just went to Menards and bought them and just put them up. I'm just like, screw here, and here. Beautiful.
How far
And 8
north
hours
do I have to
later, I had
go?
them all up there.
How far north do I have to go until I hit up a Menards?
What, Wichita?
Wichita? Okay. Just curious.
I don't know if you guys have Menards down there in Texas, do you?
Nope.
We don't.
But I would say Kansas.
Um,
I guess.
I was gonna say something. Oh, so earlier in the group, I posted about. I commented on somebody's post of that Galvatron from the comics. Jim,
That was beautiful.
that would be a perfect Transformers Red figure because he doesn't need to transform. Just make that figure as is with different faces, screaming
I can
and
see it.
normal. Yeah, see, and to me that would be the perfect the knockout with the TF Prime toy knockout. To me, was not good. It was fun. It was serviceable, but to represent the actual character, it's not good. And so I can totally see that being a statue, 6-inch action figure. That would totally work. And so some of those, I could see them working. But like, you know how what's the company that's for 3A that's putting out the Siege Megatron and Siege Prime?
3A.
3A. Why? I mean, it is modeled after a show which uses the toy model. So if you have the toy, then you will have
The statue.
statue. Yeah, the action figure, the movable statue. I guess if people really like those 3A figures, I don't have any, so I can't really comment.
I don't have any either, but it's the same way. We like Transformers, we like GI Joe. There's
Yeah.
some people that just dig the hell out of statues. Uh, what's the other one? Oh God, I was just looking at it. The 18-inch Megatron and Optimus. They're called
Yeah.
Mega, whatever.
Yeah.
They're like $200 or $300, but they don't transform. They're just 18 inches. I mean, they're beautiful, non-transforming figures, and that's some people's deals.
Yeah.
It's to each its own, I guess.
Yeah. Let's talk about Gets. Jim, I'm going to let you go. Robert,
My
Robert,
wallet
you had
wishes
something to
you
say
wouldn't.
towards that.
What? Say that again.
With,
I did not catch what you were asking him.
well, with all of Jim's selects Gets, you had something to say about it. Jim, how many selects did you get in today?
Just two, actually. I got Exhaust and Grease Pit.
Yes. Okay. I'm back on track now.
Hi, Robert. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good.
Welcome back.
So, Robert, it sounded like you had something to say about the selects. What, Grease Pit and Exhaust? What was?
Okay. So the story goes with this one is, Eddie somehow got him in, and he wasn't expecting them. As Eddie has said before, Hasbro stuff comes in when it comes in, plain and simple. He was apparently the first person in the scene to get him. I think it was the following day, Chosen Prime got him in, and then I think it was, I don't remember who the third person was that got him in, and then I think finally TF Source got him in, the Big Bad got him in, and then finally, just last week, I think, Hasbro Pulse finally put them up on their site. I think, it might be 2 weeks now that they finally put them up on their site. So those two figures have been
sounds
kind
like we're losing you, or is that me?
of.
Oh no,
You're pausing.
this might be on my
I'm here.
end.
There
I
we
can
go.
see Robert's beautiful nose ring.
All right. Did y'all lose me, or did I lose y'all?
No, you're good, man. We see you.
Okay, cool. Robert, you were saying you got him. No, Eddie got him first, and then Hasbro got him.
No, Eddie got him first. The Chosen Prime got him second. A third person got him third, and I think it was after that it was TF Source or Big Bad got him. Then the following company, whoever got him, next to line, and then finally, I think it's now 2 weeks now. Hasbro Pulse finally put them on their site. I think it's 2 weeks now. Maybe even
Something
3.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, those figures was one of the weirdest shipments I've ever heard about. I mean, and Eddie sold out of those figures in seconds, literally seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me last night. I mentioned the selects, and I asked if he was getting those in, and he said yes. Exhaust went very quickly.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I never figured Exhaust would go that fast. I remember when Exhaust came out as an MP, he was around for a while. I mean, he went quickly at first, but when they put out another order of those things, it slowed way down.
I actually, speaking of which, now Chosen Prime did a on Facebook. They do their what figures are in, but they mentioned Exhaust about a reissue on the actual MP figure. So, and it's got the lifelong design sticker on the front of the box now. So
that's such a weird toy, such an interesting story to me too, because the releasing of it was so controversial. I mean, not for the fans, but for the companies involved. And now it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I remember when Masterpiece Exhaust came out and they all freaked out because they had the Marlboro coloring and all that. Marlboro's like, you need to get that off the market. Calm down there, Turbo. We probably just sold you an extra 20 million cartons.
Well, back in the 80s, and we actually, I don't think we even got it. We got Exhaust or that design of the car here in the States. I don't think we did. All we got was Wheeljack, But I know
Yeah, you just got Wheeljack.
in Europe, yeah, a lot of people got that Transformer with the Marvel logos and everything on it. So it wasn't, of course, back then it wasn't that big of a deal about alcohol, tobacco sponsored products.
Well, and it wasn't a big deal about copywriting either. That's why all those toys came out with
Very true.
licenses for cars.
Yep.
And nowadays we can't even get Volkswagen to say yes, but I guess that's not the case anymore. Never mind.
Well,
We can't get Porsche to say yes.
yeah, Porsche's the biggest ass of them all currently right now. Even Lamborghinis has finally signed off on stuff, but Porsche is the only one who's like, nope, I ain't doing it. And no one knows why.
So, Grease Pit. Did any of y'all have Grease Pit? Well, the G1 toy version of Grease Pit.
Negative.
Yeah.
But that's probably my next huge purchase. Is I'm going to go knee deep into MicroMasters.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yep. Pray for me.
I had Hot House, and so when I saw the new Hot House coming out based off of the airfield, I stared at that thing for a while, and I ultimately decided it's just not for me. It doesn't look like Hot House. I know they tried. I give them credit, but I can't see it. And if I was going to get one, that would be the one I was going to get.
Yeah, let's just call it for what it is. Hot mess.
Yes, it is. And I still can't get this lid off. I grabbed a Swiss Army knife.
Put your arm into it, man.
It's too small. That's what she said to the Swiss Army knife.
Oh,
But anyway, I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to get it with this dang thing.
you're going to shoot yourself under the chin when you break that top neck of that bottle, too. Just, pew!
The pressure's already gone out of it, so it's not that big.
Aw.
I know. Sorry to disappoint. So, of the selects, which one, Jim? Which select are you looking forward to the most?
Well, right now I'm getting caught up on them.
Yeah.
So the next three I'm going to get is Lancer and Nightbird and Power Dasher, I think is the other one. I'm going to get caught up on those. Then I think I'll be all right. I'm just grabbing characters, basically, is what I'm doing. It all started with Red Wing from Target, and then I went down the rabbit hole after that.
Did you get all the Siege Seekers?
Yes.
Okay, that would make sense.
Thanks to a gentleman that will not be mentioned, even on this podcast. The guy came through for me big time. That's all I got to say.
That's cool. Even Hotlink?
Yeah, I went and got Hotlink. That's the thing. After I watched the Netflix series, I was not on the Netflix toys at all. Now that I watched the series,
Yeah.
Yep. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to start grabbing them all.
I saw Hotlink maybe once, and I'm not even sure that was him. So
Hotlink's a cool toy. I took him out of the box, and his deco is like an angrier gosh darn it, Skywalker.
Yeah.
Sky Warp. There we go.
I really like his deco. The coloring's really cool. The black and that purple, and there's another color in there. Is it lavender? Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But, it looks real pretty. So I'm glad I got that guy. I'm done with.
I like his Target Masters too.
Yeah, his Target Masters are pretty cool. Though I try to like them, but then I also see that big post sticking out of their chest and their back, and that just annoys the hell out of me. But whatever, I'm not going to let the little things in life pull me down.
Really, you've been on some of the troll boards lately? Good Lord.
Man, troll boards. So I've been following Pokemon Go boards or Facebook groups, and at first I was thinking, okay, this isn't too bad. Transformers fans are horrible.
And
Pokemon people are pretty nice. And then I started seeing the stuff on the Pokemon that made me go, oh my goodness, you guys are nuts.
And then
and let's see, the last thing I'm going to ask you about, Jim, Tiger Tracks. You plan on getting Tiger Tracks? It's not that hard of a question.
There's a Tiger Tracks coming out?
Is that the masterpiece?
No, it is based on Siege. What's his name? Based on Siege, Sideswipe, and Red Alert. He's got both guns and the shoulder-mounted rocket. I forget whose face he's got.
Oh
But
yeah. Huh.
Based on the Siege toy.
I'll be damned.
I'd have to go look at him, but since it's Earthrise and I'm a completist, yeah.
Nice. It's not for me. I got Tiger Tracks MP, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't need.
Oh, look, he got his soda open. Red Solo Cup.
Think
I
it's
had to.
a beer.
Sorry, I'm going back over to my collection. I wanted to show you what I meant by completist. That up there is Combiner Wars,
My goodness.
Yeah.
and down there is
Hang on.
Titan's Return and Power of the Primes. I literally went deep on both of those. Back in the back there is Nero Rex, the knockoff.
Nice.
And I that's probably my second favorite figure in my whole collection. I mean, he's a floppity mess, but man, he's cool. Yeah, that's what I was talking about going knee deep and being a completist. I wasn't, and I was honest to God getting out of collecting until Combiner Wars came along and they showed him at Comic-Con, and I'm like, well, here, hold on, guys. Boom, just threw my wallet right at Hasbro and just like, might as well take it. I mean, I've got the actual suggested combiners for the Voyagers that didn't have, they weren't the normal combiner bots like the Optimus Prime, the Nova Prime, and all that other stuff. I had to go searching around town and find those in order to complete my collection. It was that bad.
Oof.
Ugh. I'm thinking Combiner Wars was somewhere around $1,500 to $2,000 when it was all said and done.
Makes sense.
The hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With everything that they put out there.
Yeah.
Really that much?
Takara as well.
Shit.
Did you get the Takara combiners as well?
No, I did not. I gotta stop it somewhere. I went with U.S. releases only, thank God. I do have a few Takara bots in my collection, but yeah, I went basically all U.S. releases for anything I got.
Jim, you stop when you're dead. That's the stopping point. Okay.
Wow, that escalated. Jesus. Are you even sure I'm going to stop when I'm dead?
That part
My
is he
corpse
isn't
going to
wrong,
show
I
up at the
guess.
store as a zombie. Omega.
Oh, shit.
Now that's a question I actually have for you guys. Instead, I'll turn the tables on you.
All right.
What is your current collection biggest regret that you've missed out on, and a past regret that you missed out on?
That we missed out on and we now regret.
Yep. Current and past. And I'll also throw in future, because I'm sure there's one coming in the future that we all regret not getting.
Wouldn't they all be the same, future and past? Like,
Well, if you want to do the timey-wimey thing, yeah.
Hey, that's what time is. It's just a big timey-wimey ball.
Yeah.
Robert, if you got it, go ahead. I'm trying to think of what I can say.
I would say the only thing I can think of that I kind of regret not doing currently was the Fans Toys Menacer. That's probably my main regret. I went with the X-Transbots versions. Future regret. I don't think I have anything actually on top of my head right now that I missed out on or gonna miss out on yet.
I don't know if my answer is what you're looking for, but I'll toss it out there anyway. My regret is when I was in my teens, that's a long time ago, thinking, I don't need to buy any of these. This is kid stuff. I need to go look at the electronics. I need to go look at the TVs and the sound systems and stuff for my car. And
Sounds very familiar.
even though I said that, I still would go walking through the toy aisle, looking at all the figures and thinking, what are these animals? These animals are not Transformers. Now that I'm older, I look back. I've actually got all of the Beast Wars and Beast Machines on DVDs. Those are some good stories. I remember watching them on TV, thinking, "This is dumb. I'm not going to watch this." They're supposed to be cars and airplanes and trucks, but hindsight's 2020. But my biggest regret, I suppose, is waiting so long to get back into it. And even though I was fascinated walking up and down the toy aisle looking at what's available, not buying any of it because a lot of it's very difficult to get, or very expensive to get. I would love to have a actually, Robert sold me his Megatron, his Beast Wars Megatron. It was one that got swamped in a flood, and I think he
Was
sold
it Galvatron or was it Megatron?
I think it was
That was Dinosaur. It was Dinosaur.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I sold it on the ultra cheap.
Yeah, because it was covered in a layer of dust and mud, and I for a while I sat there with the toothbrush scrubbing it. But that's my biggest regret is not paying attention to what was going on in the media and the fandom.
I did the same thing. I think I turned 21, or I would say probably around 18, 19. I got my baby, my Honda Del Sol in the day, and I dropped $3,000 on a stereo system in my car, another 1,600 on rims, and modifications on the engine and stuff like that. So it was literally cars and girls, and beer, So yeah, and
Priorities.
I got into Beast Wars literally the last year that it was showing on air, as well as they were doing the Transmetals 2s. And so eBay was my friend then, and I bought 95% of them at the time. And then I started going into the Takara ones, which got pretty damn pricey. But yeah. And
Jim, I got one more for you.
Yeah.
This is a regret.
Well, can I go ahead and answer my regrets?
Yeah, go for it.
ooh, this should be good.
Yeah. So, future regret, HasLab Unicron. I will cry till the day I die. I didn't get in on that.
Yeah.
I have a friend up here in South Dakota, Eric Braley. He's the one that helped produce that Transformers magazine that came out here recently.
Mhm.
He was part of that, and he's got one coming. So I will have to go up to his house and check that out. Current regret, Omega Supreme. I have, oh yeah, it's haunting me. I had a buyer, and the guy ghosted me, and so he was in the cafe and he ghosted me, and so I banned him. You're gone. Thanks for ghosting me. You're gone.
Don't screw an admin.
Don't mess with my mojo. I got monies. But no, my past regret is always going to be G1 Overlord.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's one that I would never have had a chance to buy anyway because I was too young to really know what I was doing. And I was
Well,
just
that we were in the wrong country. I mean, it was a European and Japanese exclusive, but
yeah.
I will own an Overlord someday. I will own one. It will probably cause a divorce. I'll be homeless for 3 months, eating dust. But hey, I'll have Overlord in my collection.
There's my Overlord collection right there, dead center.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I do not have a G1, and I want a G1 extremely
So
bad.
that's the third party one, the one on the left. Is that
Yes,
correct?
correct. That's the MMC one, and then next to it is there's also the BotCon one. Behind it is the Hasbro one, and I have a little minifigure, and that's it currently right now. I do want a G1. Piecing it together, you're still looking at $500, but I want one in box.
Yeah.
I want one
Piecing
in
it
box.
together. Well, one in box is going to cost you $1,000.
Yep, I know. But something about Overlord, I don't know what it is, what my obsession is with Overlord, but yeah.
Well, I've got all the Titan G1 City bots, so that's the only one I'm missing.
What, Overlord?
Yep, Overlord.
The G1, the G1.
The G1, yeah. He's the only one I'm missing. I got everyone else.
Nice.
It's a pretty hand you got there, Robert.
Thank you. Yep, now
Very nice.
Son of a...
You use a lot of lotion and keep that thing soft. I like it.
Don't ask him why he uses it or what he uses it.
No way. Absolutely not. The less I know about him, the lot better off I am.
So if I may brag for a moment, I will be receiving my HasLab Unicron. My wife is freaking awesome. She's so awesome. She let me buy it. I mean, you know, I sold them. I sold a Metroplex for it, and I sold off some other things at the same time. So I had money saved up, and I was like, you know, honey, I really think I do want to go ahead and do that. She said, do it. You'll regret it if you don't, if you really want to. And I got her hyped up for that thing. So she's excited to see it when it comes out.
What is it, 27 inches tall?
Yeah, it's bigger than a basketball, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to say this on here, so I'm going to use code words.
You know, there's a chat you can use.
Yeah. Well, Jim, we have a certain someone in the group that possibly will have extras when it comes out, but it's going to be, I think it's $150 more than the actual original price on it.
Yeah.
But a certain someone will have extras when it comes out, and people might bounce out of it when it comes out. So,
well, that certain someone who might have extras, I got an easy 750 I'll put down on it right now.
then
I'll match Big Bad Toy Store right now.
I would talk to that certain someone in the group, and see what he can do for you.
Someone in the group, if you see this podcast, send me your way.
Yeah, I do know vendors. Actually, that's how it jumped. That's how it actually got past the goal, of course.
Yeah, we started getting like Big Bad Toy Store and TF Source and all them getting pre-orders on them.
Correct. I mean, it was a hefty price to drop, all at once. I mean, so yeah. I think Big Bad did what, a $150 deposit originally, and then you have to pay.
I think so. Yeah, it was $250. I think it was, and you had to pay another deposit. Then you had to pay it off.
That works. That's not too bad.
Yeah. But I was going through a bankruptcy at the time, and my collection was off the books. So me going out there and spending that kind of money when they were actually, kind of monitoring my bank account, yeah, that would have been a bad idea.
Probably so.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine who works in the same field that I do, and I had seen him at some conventions, and so he knew that I was a Transformers fan, and I figured out that he was a Transformers fan. And one day we were at the same story together, and he said, "Hey, did you hear about the giant Unicron that they're putting out there?" I said, "Yeah, I'm getting it." He flipped his wig. So I promised him I would invite him over when I open it up for the first time, and he's I talked to him the other day. That was several months ago that we talked about it. Talked to him the other day, and he said, "Oh man, I'm still looking forward to that. You need to call me as soon as that thing gets in." I said, "I will. I was gonna say though,
I can't wait just to see the box, let alone the toy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they've shown some pictures of the box.
Yeah,
the whole video of the guy removing it from the box.
Yeah, it's larger than the cat, and the cat's pretty damn big.
Yeah. Just the planet mode to me. I mean, the robot mode is going to be really cool, but that planet mode is beautiful. The fact that the maw opens up on that hinge.
Yep.
Oh man. The effort put into that thing, and I'm okay with all the greeble and all the designs, and even the ring design. It's not exactly pure G1, but
it's almost there. It's
so
there.
close. And frankly, I think it really just having extra kibble on the rings in planet mode, to me, just adds to it. A comet's not always perfectly just a straight line tail.
I'm looking at it right now, and I mean, that extra kibble on the ring is absolutely nothing. It's not that bad at all.
It's not.
It really is.
The other thing I was going to mention, as far as what I've missed, I bought the Amazon, speaking of Unicron, I bought the Amazon Unicron that was in that clear packaging. It had him posing, holding that little, I forget the name of the plant.
Dead end.
Kranix.
Yeah.
Well, no, Kranix? No.
And
and that one is Kranix, yeah.
I bought that a couple years ago. Well, I'll say maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. No, gee whiz. At this point, it would have been
5 or
6 years
6.
ago. Yeah, 5 or 6 that I bought it. I was helping a friend move out of a garage. He had it brand new and packaged, and I said, "Hey, how much you want it for it?" And he gave me $60, I think it was. And so yeah, sure, here you go. Well, I bought that so I could give it to my nephew as a Christmas present because he would flip out. And I already had my Armada Unicron. That was a mistake. I should have kept that for myself.
Well, you saw Stinson in the group. He had an Armada Unicron with the box
Mhm.
for $60, and I sat there and I was staring at it. I was at my grandson's baseball game watching it, and I'm staring at it and staring at it and going, "You're gonna hate yourself if you don't." The next thing I know, I literally went to go buy the darn thing, and it was reserved. I'm like, "Chicken, friggin'
Oh,
filth."
man.
It's all right. It probably went to a good home. I'm all right with that.
And I'm still okay with that Unicron too. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's a good toy. Turning him into planet mode is fun.
Yeah.
And the fact that the mandibles open and close and that causes the mouth
Yep.
to it's a decent toy for what it is and when it came out. I mean, it's not going to be able to hold a candle to
Yeah.
the new one or even the third party, the Zeta.
Zeta.
Fell. I was just gonna say I really am considering getting Fell. I really am. I saw Jesus, you dragon Robert. Good Lord.
Yep.
Good Lord, man. You're gonna rip your lungs out doing that kind of stuff. But
It's better than smoking.
I would probably say so. But I saw Poe doing his review on YouTube. It was funny. My TV, it's just not signed into YouTube for me. So it's like random YouTube. And I happen to be over on my laptop looking at Cell on my laptop, not on YouTube. And so I put away my laptop. And about an hour and a half later, I come back to my TV, and it's the very first video selection up there. Poe reviewing Cell. I'm like, all right, big brother, you can just knock that off. So I watched the video, and I just about fell in love with the bot. I think if I don't get a hold of HasLab Unicron, this would be a good 1A.
It's a beautiful toy. I think it's a great representation. The only thing I've thought about is I'm not going to be getting it because I have Hasbro coming in, and that'll be my Unicron, and
Sure.
it looks good. But I'm also I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say I'm being a bitch, but I kind of am being a bitch by saying I don't like I don't like
close.
that. Hey, I'm honest. I don't like that thing because of the way that the marketing went with it. They said, you know what? We don't care about Hasbro trying to sell their own IP. We're going to go ahead and sell our own toy that is an IP infringing figure, even before their Unicron is completely dead and buried. They just said, screw it. We're going to try and ruin the opportunity. And to me, it just it left a bad taste in my mouth. It's a beautiful figure. It really is. My only criticism would be it's a figure that should stand alone. You cannot put that figure with other figures, especially with like combiners and current Titans. As a figure standalone, it's beautiful. When you set it next to Metroplex, you're like, oh, and who's that character supposed to be?
Yep.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm not going to begrudge anybody that wants to buy it. It looks great. It really does. But that's my criticism. I was just kind of disgusted with the whole, because I think I'm getting way off course here, but I'll say this and I'll shut up. I think there should be a certain respect. If you're going to steal somebody else's IP and profit off that, all right, fine, whatever. Not going to say anything about that, but at least show some respect and let them wrap up and bury their own dead before you go try and grave rob.
Yeah.
That's just how I saw the whole thing. But anyway.
I will admit it was a pretty ballsy move from Zeta. I will admit to that. But I do see where they were coming from, because the first thing that came out of everyone's mouth is, oh my God, this is beautiful, from Hasbro. And then they saw the price, and everyone's second response was, hell no.
Mhm.
And Zeta saw the hell no part and was like, hey, well, screw it. We can do this for cheaper. You know, it might be slightly smaller, but we can do this for a lot cheaper. And Hasbro did shut them down for a brief moment, but they went ahead and said, screw it. We don't give a shit if we're going to get sued or
Right.
not, you know.
Yeah.
But they went ahead and did it. I mean, it
And
was
Hasbro knew they were going to do that. Anybody that would know how the stuff works, once Zeta came out and said, "Here's the figure. We already have a prototype." They're not going to back down from that. That thing's not going to go away. It'll be put on the back burner, and then eventually it's going to come back to life.
Yeah.
And Hasbro knew that. It's no different than Fans Toys.
Soundwave.
Yeah,
It's still coming out. It's still coming out.
Yeah, if they get that far in production, they're not going to just kill it off completely. They're just going to wait, let the dust settle, and then put it out there. And that's exactly what they did under a new name.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that was actually one of the things I wanted to have a whole podcast on that particular topic, Hasbro versus Zeta and how all that went down. But I think at this point that horse is dead, and I don't feel like kicking it other than what we just did.
It'll arise once the Hasbro figure comes out. There's going to be comparisons, and the story is going to be, you know, revamped right back up the second Hasbro drops Unicron, no matter what.
I can tell you right now, 10 seconds after people start getting that Hasbro Unicron, you're going to see it in all the groups. Oh my God, this thing is total crap. You know what? I'll take it off your hands for you.
Mm-hmm.
I will take that crap off your hands.
I guarantee you there's going to be a massive Zeta sale once.
No, I don't think
so?
so. I disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah, the people that have Zeta because they want that G1 aesthetic, or because they want it cheap, which is what Zeta is compared. You know, it's not cheap, but compared to Hasbro, it is. But the two are so vastly different in aesthetic, in planet mode, size, and transformation. I love that stupid, was it Gizmodo that had an article the other day?
Yes.
Yeah, it takes an hour to transform this figure.
Yeah.
What happened to Fun Toys? Who the heck are you, idiot?
Yeah.
Who's
right?
writing this crap?
My
Obviously,
God, it took me an hour just to do Ape Face the other night.
Yeah.
For $750, if I can get 3 hours in it, and that'd be awesome. An hour to me, I mean, that's great. That means there has been a lot of work put into this. Yeah, hour? That's beautiful to me. I ain't got no complaints.
Yeah, the person that wrote that is not in the fandom.
No, not at all. No.
Because Zeta takes an hour to 3 hours is what I've heard. If you mess with it a lot, it'll take you about an hour. If you're not that familiar with it and you're scared, it may take you 3 hours, which makes sense because it's tiny panels. The Hasbro is just giant chunks that hang off his back.
Yeah.
And because of that,
Giant
the people that have
hinges.
yeah, but because of that, the people that have Zeta or Cell are going to be very happy with it. And I mean, obviously, there's people out there that will have both, but Jim or maybe even you, Robert, will have both at some point, I'm sure.
I wanted the Zeta, but I couldn't afford it, so I said, nah, I'll skip on it. I've got Hasbro coming in, so I'm like, yeah. I'm trying not to double dip on things. That's why I said
I hate you both. I really do.
hey, it wasn't cheap, so believe me, I still kick my own butt at times for it. I mean, but I know I'll appreciate it when it comes out, but that wasn't cheap at all.
That hurt a little bit, Robert.
I mean, the good thing, the one thing I can say, just like the Star Wars, the sail barge, the barge for Jabba the Hutt, at least I know if I don't like it or if I'm broke, I can literally flip that thing over for double or even possibly triple.
Yeah.
Whether it's been played with or not.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, there was a point where I was talking to my wife. Like I said, I got her all jazzed up for it. And there was a point where I said, "Hey, honey, what do you think about buying two? Maybe."
Oh, here we go.
So here's the reason why I didn't. It's dumb to do that and think that you can flip it easily. Could you find a buyer for it? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to ship that thing. I don't want to
Oh
pack that.
God.
Oh, dude, I just thought about it. That thing is coming in a cardboard box.
Correct.
And that's it. So I'm going to get that cardboard box in, and then somebody's going to want me to ship it to them sealed in another box to preserve that cardboard box
Yeah.
with all the graphics. I bet you that's going to be the case.
I think it was Eddie who made a joke about it one day at the store. He was like, "I guarantee those damn things are going to come on a fucking pallet." Excuse my language. He's like, "I literally think those things are going to come on a pallet."
Okay.
Probably,
So,
yeah. That's
yeah,
how they did Generations Metroplex at Costco.
Yep.
They brought them in on a pallet and plump right in the store, threw $79.9 on it, $79.99 on it, and hope to God everybody got out of the way. That's about what it was like.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, that was a shocker because that was one of the first Transformers I'd ever seen at Costco before, and I'm like, must
The
go.
one before that was the Armada version, or the, oh God, what the heck was it? It was the Costco exclusive Armada Prime with, yeah,
Ultra.
with Overload on it, or Overload on it, and yeah.
Yep.
I ended up spending 10 years trying to find that thing.
Okay, I got two questions.
Yeah.
Robert, for you, I know Jim got his selects in. What's something that you got in recently that you're really excited for?
I have. The only thing I got in recently was the Fans Hobby Athena, which is Mervia, and I bought a figure from Patrick. I have been, I've slowed down to a crawl, and I'm, trying to save some money right now and actually trying to behave. I did, like I said, I did buy one figure from Patrick. This is a figure that I have been going after for a while, and it's one of those things that either I lost at an auction or just forgot to bid on it, which is the movie version of Lockdown.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's Unique Toys, and I've been wanting it for a while, and Patrick was doing his purge, so I'm like, that's mine.
How's the transformation on that?
Actually, I freaked out on it for a second. I watched a video, and I realized it's A, patience, and B, it's actually very smooth. It's extremely smooth. It's just a matter of patience, but no scrapes, no, digging at it and cursing at it at all. It was actually quite smooth.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but Unique Toys is pretty. Was it War Dog? No. Who's Oh crud! Wham! Bam! Zowie! What's his name?
Warpath.
Warpath. Who did the big?
That was Bad Cube. And
Yeah,
Bad
that
Cube.
was Bad Cube.
Bad Cube, I always make the joke about with the War Dog, which is that requires a 6-pack of beer.
I like that transformation because it's so obnoxious.
Oh
So
my God.
obnoxious.
He's in my case. I didn't get the fans toy version.
Yeah.
And I know me and Jason Rose, I mean, he's transformed his multiple times. War Dog has sat in the same robot position since the day I got him. I'm like, man, I'm done. I'm done.
The only reason why I like his transformation is I know it really well. I feel like it's intuitive just because I've done it so many times because I love his tank mode. That tank mode is beautiful.
Tank mode is beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
What scares the crap out of me on that figure is the slider bars. You've got a post and you've got to slide it left, right, and I'm like, I doesn't compute, to me at all. I'm rather flip over, turn around, twirl around, 360, 180, whatever. But something about sliding pieces on a metal bar, I'm like, no, this isn't cool. I don't like this.
Okay, my other question, my last question for y'all, and then we can talk about whatever if you want. We got Scorponok now.
I don't.
Scorponok is available for purchase right now.
Mhm.
Who do you think's next in the Titan line? Well, that's the question that everybody's asking. Do y'all have a prediction on that?
Tidal Wave, actually. I already know it.
Fire away.
It's Tidal Wave.
Okay,
Tidal Wave's going to be coming out in Beast Wars.
yay, but how big is it going to be? Is it actually going to be a Titan?
Yeah, it's actually going to be a Titan, rumored to be Devastator size.
Yeah, I'll I've heard that prediction. I don't know. You say you know it. Do you know it because that's something you
I
think
actually
you
saw
know?
it from a reputable source. I can't remember where it was
You got
from,
Yeah.
but it was actually from a reputable source. Like,
Okay, so you got a
I would
source.
almost bank that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That if you have a source or not. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I had heard that, and so that's what I was expecting somebody to say. And my joke on that one is IDW had what is it? Had Tidal Wave as a Beast Wars character. It was a giant whale.
Yep.
So are we going to get a giant whale?
Hell, oh God, help not.
Did
Can't
y'all
be
ever
any
see
worse
that?
than Death Charge.
Did y'all see that giant whale character? The Beast Wars IDW?
Yeah, I know what you're
Oh.
referencing,
It
unfortunately.
was creepy, man. Because like they had like.
Let me
flesh-
throw this on you. What do you say we probably get Beast Machines in order to do Tidal Wave?
What do you mean?
As in machines, we don't get Beast Wars, we get Beast Machines, so they have actual mechanical transformations again.
Okay. I don't know. I'd be down for that. Frankly,
Like Jetstorm, for instance.
yeah. If we get that, it's just gonna make a lot of people happy. You know, but I'd be okay with
If you're gonna do that, you better give me a good broadside while you're at it.
that. Well, there's a lot of characters that they could toss out there right now. They're deep diving on some of them too. But
I can tell you my wish for a Titan, and that's Metro Titan.
I would love to see Metro Titan. That, yeah, definitely a Metro
I
Titan.
would throw HasLab money at a Metro Titan if I had to.
would you want them to use the old Metroplex or create a new mold for Metroplex?
Generations
That-
Metroplex would work fine, but retool him a little bit.
Mhm.
That ramp gimmick is just bad, and I need to eventually get the third-party add-on for that, so he has the actual ramp that comes down to the floor instead of into his opened crotch.
Yeah, I never understood that one either. I just whatever. I've put him in city mode several times, and I thought this is cool. Okay, city mode. Let's go back to bot mode real quick.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Let's skip right over Fortress mode. Boom, back to bot mode. We're good.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you're right, Jim, on that one. I'm literally, besides Metro Titan, I think literally the only other person that we can do for a Titan series figure is Tidal Wave.
Although I can
racking
tell
my
you,
brain on this one.
if they decide to redo Overlord, oh my, oh my,
they
make
could
him
do
the size of the jet from Cobra.
That'd be beautiful. Yeah, that'd definitely be a HasLab. HasLab.
What about Overlord in the Supreme size? What was Jetfighter and
Leader class.
No, they were Commander.
The Commander class. There you go.
That's right. It was Commander class. That's right.
Let's see Overlord and Commander class.
And that'd be the right size for him. It would match up to his G1 size.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
Well, cool. Is there anything else you
Staring
got?
at your overload there, Robert. You're making me jealous.
Now, I'm really racking my brain right now, just trying to think of all the Titans, and I'm like, yeah, this the only one I know of is Metro. That's the only,
Yeah, they won't do a Metro though, will they?
no,
I don't.
he's too obscure. He's way too obscure.
What, Metro Titan?
Yeah, Metro Titan's just way too obscure.
You know what though? I mean, if they could have media with Metro Titan in it, that's doable.
Yeah,
Why
I mean,
not?
look what happened with Omega Supreme. Omega Supreme was in the damn show for what, 15 seconds?
Don't even think of that way. Look
It's
at
not a
it
minute or
as,
two, but yeah.
you know who Iaconus is in
Yeah.
the Cyberverse. He's getting a toy.
Good point.
So all you need is media for something, and they can
Yeah.
market it. So maybe in Kingdom they'll do a Metro Titan. That'd be cool. Good luck.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I've actually got a mint and seal box Metro that I have sitting up on my shelf right now.
Really?
And my goal was, before I started working from home this winter, I was going to start tearing him apart and make him into a Metro Titan. Now the goal is I'm going to find somebody with a Titan Omega Supreme and be like, here's an even trade, take it.
We actually, he's known as our local ghost in our group. He reappears and disappears in our group.
Joel.
Yes, yeah, okay, you know it. Um, I don't remember if he bought 2 or 3.
Like 3.
Metro,
He
yeah,
did a Nemesis Metro. He did a
did
bunch
a
of.
Nemesis and a Metro, Metro Titan,
Yeah.
and both of them were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful figures. But yeah, I don't even knowing him, I'm pretty sure he kept them. But yeah, his craftsmanship on those figures was superb.
He did that himself, no less.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he showed up.
Wow.
We used to have meetings at a barbecue joint, and he showed up with those figures, and I mean, everyone was just literally just drooling all over the place for those figures.
I
Like,
bet.
Yeah, and he would
He
buy.
did me-
He would buy
he
the
did-
KO Devastators too, and he'd paint them up as different colors.
Yeah.
and all that.
yep.
He did me a solid when Evan was alive. I was looking. You guys had the $50 Fort Maxes showing up at your Rosses down there, and
That's
I
right.
didn't have a Ross. And I was seeing if one of you guys might be able to pick me up one, and I'd pay for shipping. I didn't care. I wanted it for Evan because he wanted to play with his Paw Patrol toys and use Fort Max as the base.
There we go.
And so, yeah, next thing I know, Joel's like, it was like about a week later, he sends me an instant message and he goes, I need your address and you're not going to ask.
Yeah, sounds
Okay, well,
sounds-
here's my address.
sounds like Joel.
Yeah, and about 5 days later, I should go get the box and show it to you. He's got a picture of a unicorn throwing up a rainbow with Autobot symbols coming out of it. I mean, it was funny. He just drew that on there. And then I open it up, and it's a frickin' Fort Max, and I bet I cried for 20 minutes.
Nice.
That was the first time anybody had ever done anything like that for me, and I did. I cried for a good 20 minutes.
Nice.
And Evan played the shit out of that thing with sorry about
Patrol.
the language, but he played all the time with that Fort Max.
Nice.
In fact, he was at the time 6, and he was doing pretty good with transforming itself. I mean, it is pretty simple transformation.
Yeah, Joel's a pretty good guy. I've enjoyed seeing his posts when he does post. I remember a long time ago at one of the meetings, I was being dumb. I was like looking at one of the KO toys that he had, and I was like, "Well, it looks hollow on the inside." You turn it around, it's hollow, and he's like, "Yeah, it is hollow." It is. It was.
I think I know what figure you're talking about too.
It was. Yeah, I think
Shot.
it was one of the Devastators or something, but yeah, it was just funny because he was doing the whole, yeah, good job. And afterwards, I was thinking, wow.
Sounds like what I would have done.
Yeah. Afterwards, I was thinking, well, I was just trying to participate in the conversation, and he was tolerating me instead of being. He could have been a jerk to me, but he wasn't. So, yeah, he's a good guy.
I wish he'd pop back up in the group again. I always loved his posts. I'm like, I admire a guy that has that much money that anytime Eddie got a shipment in, he literally put it in the back of his car and took it home. I mean, literally, that's about what it was at times. He'd literally get a shipment from Eddie that he got into the store and put it in the back of his car and be like, yep, here's what I got. And like, jerk.
He would always get huge shipments, wouldn't he? That was amazing when I would see his, hey, I just got it. And he bought like 2 of each thing. I mean, if you got the money and you can, why not, But I think I'm good. I can slap this up on the group and let people.
Yeah,
Fair
let's
enough.
make this a weekly thing, guys. I enjoyed the heck out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I say, I'd love to be able to do this on a regular basis. And once my 1 month subscription is up, I'll take a look at whether or not I'm able to continue this, and I'm sure I can.
What's a 1 month subscription?
It's 16, but if you do a full year, it's like 112 or something like that.
That's not
I
too
can
bad.
I can do that. It's not that big of a deal.
Dude, I think we can chip in and help you. At least I will.
Yeah. The other thing is though, I do have my kid on the way, and I already have a 2-year-old, And with another one coming up, I might have to do hit or misses. But yeah, absolutely, I'm all about this.
Yeah.
So,
If we miss a week, we miss a week. But I know.
well, that said, if we can, if like Josh can join us or he can host, then y'all could do it with Josh one day if I'm not able to. Of course, we'd have to ask him way in advance.
Yeah.
You know, he's a busy guy, so.
He's actually
yeah, no, I'm totally down for this weekly, absolutely.
okay.
So,
All right.
Jim, I don't know if you remember or if you're what your awareness of it is, but we used to do this. We would do a podcast once a month after the meeting, and I would try to get as many pictures from the meeting as I could. And
I tried doing one. Julio tried getting one together one night on some app, and there was just so much technical difficulties with everything. We just gave up on it, basically.
yeah, I remember when I stopped doing it, he tried to pick up the slack.
That might have been when then, yeah.
Yeah, I just figured we'd do it about the group meetups, because if you weren't able to show up to the group, just listen to the podcast and you'll be able to watch the pictures and listen to us talk about it. So
yeah, that would be it for me, you know, because I'm only 30 hours north of you. Like
when did you move?
I actually never lived in Texas. I've been to Texas.
Okay.
A funny story how I got to the group. I've told some people, but used to be a guy in the group, Jose. I think it was like Jose. I can't remember how to pronounce his first name. Last name was Labrador. And I bought some
I know
stuff.
who you're talking about.
Yeah, I bought some stuff from him. I won't do it again, but I bought some stuff from him. And he ended up inviting me to the group. And then next thing you know, here I am. And at that time, I think there was like 23 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like 120, 130.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest with you, I'm an admin of Cybertron Cafe, and I much rather post in your guys' group and let you enjoy what I enjoy.
I know where you're going with that one.
Transformers, because
yeah,
there's someone that admins over in the cafe that if him and I met on the street, it wouldn't be pretty.
Greg.
I tolerate him.
Greg.
No,
Greg.
not Rick. Rick and
No,
I are
Greg.
actually
Greg.
Greg. Oh yeah, Greg Sullivan. Yeah.
I've had nothing but good things with Greg. So
No, Greg's cool. I can't even fake that anymore. Greg's been good to me. I've been good to Greg. We've had our differences, like everybody does.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was the one that actually made me an admin in the cafe, basically because I don't pull any punches with people. If I see something that you commented, goodbye.
There you go.
I used to listen to his Shattered cast.
He still does it when he's healthy. He just had surgery again.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I had recently seen that. I think he posted a GoFundMe as well too.
That was last Christmas time-ish, somewhere in there.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he has had another surgery again. He just had, I think he had an obstruction in his bowel or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a mess, and it came from, unfortunately, from drinking, I think.
So
yeah,
side effect.
Then I won't say that I stopped listening to the podcast because they were all so negative on there. It wasn't fun. I won't say that because it sounds like he's had a hard time.
Well, you just said that, so now it's out there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I had to explain to you what I wasn't going to say, so you understood.
James like, dang it, just F it. Oh.
I don't know about.
Hey, I don't care. I'm getting Unicron in a few months. So.
I don't like you. I don't like you at all.
I'll do a live stream dedicated to you.
I'll watch it too.
That's, I you know what? I'm actually up for a challenge on that one. When that figure comes out, I say we all just put it. Whoever's got it has got to come on the group right here, and let's see who can transform it the fastest.
So I've thought about that. What my intention actually is when I do get it. So I'm in the news business. I have access to television and computers, etc. Television cameras and computers and GoPros and all that jazz. My intention is to call Lee, my friend who works for the ABC station here in town, and set up something with cameras, hook it up to the computer, and have a live stream with several different angles going on, live stream / record it. And he and I will open it up. And if somebody else, I'm sure I've got some other people that I can rope into it. and have us open it up and check it out, like, and record it all. Because I don't want to be the one person who has the, you know, the camera angle right here and all you see is this. I hate that.
You mean
So
me?
I wanna-
That'd be me.
I want to do a good job. I'd love to be able to pull that thing out and say, look at this thing. And I want to do it to a camera, you know, to somebody else with a camera, say, you know, so they can show interesting things and back up away from me so you can see how big it is. I really want to have fun with that. So we'll see if I can. Because I got, like I said, I got cameras and all that jazz. So we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go because I'll probably have to get up here early. But yes, Jim, Robert, I definitely want to do this on a regular basis. And I did ask Eddie. I'll try and see if he can do this, join us whenever, because it's always fun to have him on there. I know a lot of times he can't say stuff that he might want to. Last night when I was talking about the Fans Toys Thomas, the Astro Train.
Astro Train. Yep.
I wanted to ask, do you really think it's going to live up to the hype? Because it's Fans Toys. Everybody loves Fans Toys. Is it really going to live up to the hype? I can't ask that question to Eddie because he will give me the proper retailer answer.
Back down.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, exactly. He just kept saying, "Oh, it's going to be beautiful. All the modes are and all the modes are beautiful. The transformation between those modes is going to be a pain in the ass."
Yes, without a doubt.
The one I haven't seen any information on that I'd like to see is that Fans Toys Fort Max that they're making. That 48-inch tall behemoth.
I think that one is still in secret. I got a feeling we're about to bend over on that one. I think they might have underestimated the cost on that one. I think it's going to be.
They were saying that one's going to be $1,000 and it was going to be broken in 2 pieces.
I thought it was 3. I thought it was head, top body, and bottom body.
Maybe it will be 3 pieces then. Yeah, that's possible.
I could have swore it was 3 pieces.
If it's 48 inches tall and looks anything like G1, I may be going third party for, well, the third time. I only thought I had one. Then I figured out, oh, yeah, I got the Sharkies, and then I got the Tetras. And, yep, I would buy that if it was 48 inches tall. You bet.
I'll tell you one thing. It's definitely going to match up with the generation figures real well if it's going to be 48 inches.
I think it would, yeah.
Yeah.
Which Tetras do you have that are third party?
Yeah, I gear Tetris.
Okay, yeah. So I got them too. I bought them from Eddie a long time ago, just because to me they're history. I also have Kronos, the Kronos. What's his name? He's Jetfire.
Jetfire.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm not getting rid of that because
the one and only figure.
Yeah, to me that is third-party Transformers history. It is the one. It's the one figure that made everybody realize how people on the internet will lie to you to get you to buy a toy. Because that's exactly what happened. And everybody recognized it. And I was listening to, at that time I was listening to podcasts, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody was apologizing for how bad that figure was and why they didn't admit to how bad it was as they were doing the review. And after that, the reviews got a lot more honest. So to me, it's history. It's a part of history. It's a piece
Honest to God, Kronos was the one that turned me off of going third party altogether.
Really?
When I saw the reviews come out on that, I'm like, yeah, no, we're good. Thanks.
I'm gonna have to look at my old phones, but I bet you, or I'm gonna have to dig into the site to the Texastron page. Eddie had brought that figure. We had a meeting at this snow cone place, and he had a prototype of the Jetfire. I had that thing in my hand, and I had such a yearning for it. And the second I got that thing in my hand, I'm like, nope, there is something wrong with this figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And everyone went, ape crazy for it. And the second it started getting in everyone's hands, the same response from everyone. This is a POS. I mean, it was literally. I mean, there were some people that even got the box, from whatever website you ordered it from, and they would take it halfway out of the box, and the damn thing was falling apart right there on the spot. Yeah. DACA Toys screwed the pooch on that toy so bad.
And that's why I'm never going to get rid of it, because to me, it is history. It is a pivotal point in when Transformers fans became, very picky on what third-party companies do, and
Yep.
you know, when we had to take a step back and say, okay, how are we going to approach this? Are we just going to buy everything that come out, or are we going to be very discerning on the toys that are sold to us? And I think that extended, I don't know, maybe that extended to Hasbro as well, that kind of an attitude. We're going to become very picky, and we're going to point out every single thing, every flaw on a toy, just because we got screwed on this one. I don't know. I'm probably overstating, but still.
One thing I was going to say here real quick to wrap up about the Netflix series. I came real close to opening up Jetfire out of the box. I still got him sealed in the box. I came real close. I was fighting myself hard, and Robert didn't do any good on helping me with that either. Yeah, you're just going to reach over and grab it, aren't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. There it is.
Yep. Hold on.
Everybody's got to reach over and grab the
Get my
Jetfire.
hairy ass. Hold on a second. Okay.
I like it, man.
Okay,
like
I do have a regret. I did throw away the box, unfortunately. Mine's repo labeled up.
Oh my.
Yeah. But so I played a game while I was watching the Netflix series. I literally watched on eBay how fast Jetfire was jumping in price.
Oh, I bet.
I'm like, this is more entertaining than the show right now. Shit. I mean,
well, I showed you you guys that picture of the Siege 3-pack of the Tetris going for $150.
Is that yours or is it?
No, that was just an auction. And I was just curious. I was just looking, and that was the first one I threw up there. Next thing you know, it's got 2 bids on it for $150. I'm like, wow, okay.
And knowing the ones that are showing up right now are probably the ones from underneath the aisles at Target.
I can't believe my Siege 2-pack got found, but I didn't really hide it that well either.
I told you where to go put it.
Oh, that's where I'm going from now on. Baby stuff it is.
That's funny. All right. Yeah. Thanks for joining me.
I had a great time. I want to do this again. You bet.
Well, then I guess I'll talk to y'all later. We'll plan something.